Have you ever tried to make a change in your life but ended up falling into your old habits again? Maybe you set some big goals, you make plans, or you create your own routines, but something always seems to get in the way. You try to stay motivated and work hard at first, but always end up get tired or even burn out, and you may be stuck wondering why it doesn't seem to work at all. If that sounds something that you have been through, you are not alone. And here's the thing, it's not your fault. What if I told you that everything that you have been taught about making change is actually holding you back from seeing long-lasting results? Stick with me until the end of this video because I'm going to explain why most people struggle with lasting change, and more importantly, how you can break free from that cycle and make it stick for good. Now, before we jump in, let's talk about the real reason behind the struggle. Why most people find it difficult to create lasting change in their lives. You see, a lot of people fail because they think change is all about working harder, having the discipline or willpower. They follow all those traditional steps like setting goals, making plans, creating new habits, and trying to keep themselves motivated at all times. But here's the thing that no one tells you. Most people try to do something new without becoming the new person. That means they are trying to change their behavior by taking action without changing their existing belief system. In the end, they will never sustain their changed behavior. And here's the truth. When you are making a change in your life, it's not about taking action by working harder. It's about shifting your mindset first and setting up an environment intentionally to help you succeed. Without changing your mindset, your environment will always pull you back into your old ways. Your environment plays an important role in making changes. That means it can either help you to grow or hold you back. In short, it influences your thoughts, your feelings, your actions. So it's very crucial to intentionally design an environment which supports you. You see, many people don't succeed in achieving lasting transformation is because they never truly change their mindset, nor do they set up systems that support their transformation. 𝐂𝐂𝐃, the author of Atomic Habits, best expressed this in his quote: "You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems." What really matters is the systems and habits you build to help you achieve your goals. If your systems are strong and consistent, you'll be more likely to reach your targets. I remember years ago, I was just like everyone else. I set goals to lose weight, eat healthier, and nearly work out every single day. And for a while, I stuck to them. But then something always came up. I would get tired, skip a workout, or eat something unhealthy. So all these new habits that I formed would never last. When I didn't hit my goals, I would feel disappointed and tempted to give up. I just can't figure out why this kept happening. Even though I worked so hard to stay disciplined, my result never lasts. It wasn't until I realized that true transformation doesn't come from setting goals. It comes from changing your mindset first and understanding your deeper reasons why you want to make a change in the first place. For example, I asked myself this question: what does healthy really means to me? Not just for a few weeks, but for a long term. When I finally found an answer that meant a lot to me, I started to shift my thinking. Instead of focusing on goals with deadlines, I set objectives without deadlines and only focused on my efforts and progress. I started paying attention to my daily habits and what I was doing every single day, instead of obsessing over the end result. This concept is something that I really resonate with Jeff Oz's book, The Slight Edge. In his book, he explains that the small things that we do every day, the ones that may seem insignificant or unnoticed, actually matter. Not only do they make a difference, they make all the difference. So what I did was begin noticing my small little wins, like walking a little bit more or feeling more energized. And slowly those small actions have helped me build momentum. And without realizing it, those momentum has become part of my daily routine. Therefore, when I started to adopt new habits, it was no longer about willpower or discipline. Instead, it became a system I gradually built over time that made my behaviors automatic. So if you want to experience the same transformation, you must begin to shift your mindset. You need to dig deeper and understand the true reasons behind the desire for change. And once you have that clarity, you can start building a system that aligns with this mindset that make your actions effortless. The goal is to create an environment where progress becomes part of your routine, not your daily struggle. So the first step is to identify your deepest desires. Like for instance, what do you truly want? What's the underlying why behind your goals? When you face any challenges or setbacks in life, always remind yourself why you start this in the first place. And without a strong reason for the change, your efforts will always feel like an uphill battle. Next, is about creating a system that matches your desires. I'm talking about setting up an environment that makes changes easy and convenient to do. You see, as human beings, we naturally avoid things that seems very difficult or complex. And most of the time, we want to avoid something that requires a lot of effort. So if your environment is set up in a way that makes positive changes easy, you'll be more likely to stick with them. The main aim is to reduce friction and make the process feel more effortless for you to execute the actions. And most importantly, you don't want to rely on motivation to take action, because you must understand that motivation is just a temporary feeling, and feeling always fluctuate easily. Therefore, if you solely rely on motivation, it will definitely affect your consistency. So my best advice is, you don't need motivation to begin. You just need to begin to find your motivation. Now, think about a simple routine that you can do every day. Like for me, it could be something like taking a short 20 minutes walk after dinner, stretching or drinking more water, something that helped me build momentum first. By focusing on small manageable actions, you can make progress even on days when motivation is low. The key is to build momentum first rather than solely rely on discipline or willpower. And over time, when these small actions add up, they lead to significant improvements that make discipline feel automatic. And the best part is, when you stick it with it long enough, it has become a habit and second nature to you. It's no longer something you have to force yourself to do it. It becomes a part of who you are because you have started to embrace a new identity. So when you start to align your mindset with your desires and build systems around that, you will see lasting change. You will not have to fight yourself to stay motivated because the change will happen naturally. You will stop feeling like you are constantly battling yourself. Instead, you will feel empowered, confident, and have a peace of mind with the progress that you are making. The best part is that months from now, you'll look back and realize that the changes you make were not temporary. They have become part of your new lifestyle that you truly desired all along. And that's how you can successfully shift your identity, by becoming someone new, not just by doing something new. I hope this message inspires you to make lasting changes in your life. If you found this video useful, don't forget to give it a like, subscribe if you are new to my channel, and share with anyone who needs to hear this message. And if you are ready to go deeper and unlock the exact blueprint for personal transformation, don't miss my upcoming Inner Shift Introduction Masterclass. In this online masterclass, I will introduce you to a proven framework for lasting transformation. This is the framework I use to uncover my potential, break free from any limiting beliefs, set clear intentions, and build resilience for lasting transformation. So go ahead and scan the QR code on your screen to sign up and begin your journey towards lasting change. Remember, you don't need to know the how to get started. You just need to become the kind of person who will figure it out. So let's get started today, because the life you have desired all along is waiting for you. And I'll see you again soon.